thing with videos. You guys show up better on Google to get more calls.
Everybody was nice and kind.
So today we're gonna do it a little bit differently. We're still gonna talk business, we're still gonna talk marketing, we're still gonna answer questions,
Right.
but we're gonna cook up some gumbo.
Right.
Yeah, let's just dig in and then it's casual, right? We'll just
Right. We'll have
ask questions as you go, you cut, I'll cut, whatever you wanna do. Thank you for this. I'm messy in here, so.
Cause look, see, Austin, he'll take, hey man, I wanna make a pizza crust. I wonder how you do this and how you do it. On the slick, he be asking me questions about cooking,
Oh yeah,
man.
all the time. He even sent me a video.
Yeah.
I said, "Hi, send me a pizza crust recipe." This fool sent me a whole video on how to cook it. I loved it.
And honestly, and also too, is like, I do those things because Austin will, hey chef, you should do this, you should do this, he just told me to get a piece of equipment. This year, I told myself going into this year, I'm going to take content creating, social media and all that. I've done it, but
It's crazy that you don't take it serious in your mind because you put out more good content than anybody.
You think so?
Yeah, you do good. I know there's a lot of things you want to improve on, and like you can get better production, but you are putting it out all the time.
And I just try to say, somebody like my daughter, she's really into this stuff, and my daughter is like, she's killing it. She's killing it, but she's in that generation, and she's always like,
it's just natural.
Right, and it's like, it's effortless to her. And at first I'd always see, and I was gonna ask you about this, I'd always see her with a phone and doing, I'm like, it used to be like, that's a lot, Tyler. Her name's Tyler. I'm like, stop. But now everywhere I go,
that's all it is.
Everywhere, and no one even stops and looks like, what does he do? No one even pays attention
it's normal
anymore.
now. It's wild, right?
So right, versus
selfie sticks used to be like one person at the amusement park. And you're like, now it's just like everywhere.
And then also too is like at the end of the day when I'm sitting at home watching TV, I'll scroll through what I caught and I delete probably 80% of it because some of it, and then I'll catch something like, oh, okay, cool.
Here's that moment.
And then I'm able to capture the moment.
That's
man.
part of why it's so hard though too. Like starting off, you have a good following. I think your social media has gotten you a lot of opportunities.
It has.
Like with these people, right?
Right.
But it's so saturated now that it's hard for people. If you're getting into it, like you got to have your niche, you got to have your personality, you got to make it your own. So
and so many people ask me that, like you just said, and I don't think I'm that good at it. I'm getting better, and I'm putting more into it. But even the older generation, like me, you know, I'm 50 and above, you know, and people always ask me, how do you do this and do that? You got to do it. Man, I'm tired of saying my camera, and I got to stop when I'm doing it. I don't care what you say.
Well, you either want to do it or you don't. It's that simple. You either got to commit to it or don't. I was talking to a lady this week and I was like, and in the beginning, like you're at the point now where you're trying to improve your production. Like, how can I get better, you know? Other people, I'm like, just get your camera and just do like a 30-second video once a week.
Right.
Just get into it. Once you get into it and get comfortable and you're comfortable talking, it'll go a long way. Like, I was camera shy when I do it. I'm in the office by myself like this and I'm still feeling awkward, but
No.
It works.
Like you gave me credit, I'm serious. All of a sudden, when you started your podcast, I remember you said, I'm building a studio. I'm like, building a studio? Why would he? But that's still, in my mind still, I'm like, damn, I was to build a studio. But from when you built your studio till now, I'm like, wow. I'm serious. I'm like, damn, also you really did that. That kind of like motivated me. Because also too, I got a chef friend named Chef Richard Ingram. If you see his work, you would swear he had 20 people follow him around with a camera crew, with a production truck with cameras. He said, Chef, I did that with 2 phones. I'm like, you're lying, bro.
See, that's where you got to get to, right? Like, this is too much even right here. We're going to have 3 cameras on a phone.
No, but this
got
is
your
good.
phone. We got 2 phones going.
But and you would think, so don't be intimidated.
Yeah.
These phones nowadays are just amazing.
This Ultra 24 right here shoots almost as good as that $5,000
Really?
phone.
I was going to ask you that. Like I
crazy.
see people, the guy had like the cameras, the bags, the setup, and da-da-da. I was like, wow. And he shot and the work was good. I just happened to take some clips of things we were doing like we're doing now. And my stuff, I was like, well, why?
It's the lenses make a big, it can make a big difference if you use it well. You know what I mean? But like, I got everything on auto, you know, I'm not a videographer, I don't know all the right settings and everything like that. So a good cameraman with a good camera is gonna put out a lot better stuff. You gotta make stuff that's interesting, right?
That's true.
Or has some angle to it, again, the personality. So like, I just don't wanna mislead people, like you start filming every day, you're gonna blow up, because it is hard, there's so many people doing it. So like, put thoughtful energy into it.
I like
put
that. Good advice.
Value in it, right? Like all my videos, you'll notice, like I'm trying to give people information. I'm not pitching my services. I'm not asking for to call me or anything. I'm just sharing value, right? That's the stuff that I've read. Is just give value.
I like that.
And like life, right? Give and you'll get back. So
sometimes now I feel more like I would never ever call myself an influencer or a content creator because my heart is being a chef. But
yeah.
I feel like
it's a second job for sure.
No, it really is though too.
It really is.
Let me ask you this though too. It's like, and you gotta set time. Does editing get better? Cause I hate editing, man. I hate it, bro. And there's so many different apps, man. That one app, when I got on CapCut, man, it was great. It was like it held my hand like a baby.
Yeah.
But then when the whole thing went down, I lost the CapCut.
I think that's the key. Like this podcast will be hours of editing. Let's say we film for 2 hours, right? Then the first walkthrough, like I gotta watch the whole thing to cut out, so the first edit's a minimum of 2 hours. And then, from there, then like pulling in all these different cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, it's a different beast, right? Versus doing it on your phone, getting out there on a daily, having something like this and just putting out decent content. Now, one of these, this would be like a once a month kind of thing. You know what I mean? Which is actually what I put on my calendar. Like I'll do this once a month and edit those down. The rest will just be like phones and stuff like that.
I know everybody's different, but what would you suggest? How often do you post? I try to post 2 times a day.
At least 2, yeah. I post way less. I post like once a day, but like 3 to 4 times a day.
Really? So yeah.
They do, like people that are really successful do a lot. Some people post like 10 times a day, but there are a lot of shorts. Some of them might be just in like your stories, right? So like
okay, that's another question.
Your day to day. I did a podcast with Mark Menendez, Mark from Riverside. He's got like 65,000 followers on Instagram, does like restaurants and stuff. And he was saying like his main like restaurant review videos go into his normal feed, right? But then his like, I'm hitting the gym and stuff like that, go into his stories. Because that's the stuff that doesn't stay, but it gets in there and it goes away. So like you can do like, 10 posts a day in your stories because it keeps updating when people log in.
I see.
But then like your daily like good recipe video, put it on there.
See, Austin, this trip already paid for itself, man. That right there, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I just post.
Do those in your story. And like he says it like your stories for your friends and family, your feed is for your main audience. Like that kind of a thing. So all right, I just recommended this thing, now I can't get it to work right, but let's film some stuff. Let's cook.
I'm gonna show you some stuff, Austin, that you didn't even know. So like we're going like rice. A cool tip, Austin, like when you make rice, you know how to make rice, huh? How you make rice?
I boil 2 cups of water, add 2 cups of instant rice.
Okay, now watch this. Look at this, Austin. We're making gumbo. We're making chicken, shrimp, okra, and andouille sausage gumbo. You have everything you need here, Austin. I need you to do this. You have everything you need. Look at these tails.
Yeah.
Look at these tails. Take the tails, because you don't want this when you eat your gumbo, and put them in that pot. We're gonna make a stock, Austin. We're gonna make a stock, and that liquid right there we'll use for the gumbo, and we're gonna use to make the rice.
Okay.
So we're gonna boil the stock. We're gonna boil the rice in shrimp stock, which is gonna add more flavor.
Okay.
So when you put it over the gumbo,
it's not just basic.
So we just got shrimp tails in there, right? So what we're gonna do, cut up something called, you ever heard of Holy Trinity? Holy Trinity is onion, celery, bell peppers. That goes in all the majority of Cajun. Yeah, this is the base, the foundation, the beginning of all Cajun.
Tons of recipes, really.
So tons of recipes. But I'm gonna show you. So that's what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna show you something. So we got that stock that's going.
Yeah.
So this right here, we're gonna do small dice. All right. This is a very sharp knife.
Yeah.
What would you do with What would you do with this?
I mean, I don't do onions at all. So
you don't do onions at all?
No, but I'll toss it. That I would toss is the answer.
No, see, you take this and you're gonna throw it in there with the shrimp. Don't throw nothing in the garbage.
Not even the peel?
Not even the peel. This is flavor, man. How much flavor is in that thing? Not much flavors in this thing.
A lot.
That's good. This is gonna go in the stock pot. What else more could they have? It's like every time a new iPhone come out, I'm like, I don't know what else more that anybody could do. You know what I mean?
They're just slight improvements on the previous ones, but the AI stuff, man, is gonna get crazier and crazier.
I agree
with it. Like these videos will start making themselves. I mean, they already can. Like Opus and some of those things, they'll just make the video for you. Have you tried Opus? So like Opus, you could take, like, say we get it down to like a 30-minute one, we can throw an Opus, and I will. Here's the words I want you to look for, and then just give me clips, and it'll give me like 20, 30-second to 2-minute clips. You gotta move them, adjust them a little bit. Right. It finds it for you, it cuts it for you, saves you a ton of time.
I'm gonna show you a cool way so you'll never dice a bell pepper the same way again.
Okay.
You're gonna take this bell pepper. Look, so we just take this.
Oh.
And split it right in half.
Oh, done.
You got a bell pepper that's split in half, man. And we just need half of it, man. So
I'm gonna throw food in the sink for now.
Yeah, and just peel back the white part. That's the membrane, and do small dice like that.
Same. Okay.
It's all about the knife, man. See, you got a very sharp knife, so that's
really good. I'll keep this one in a box. I brought it out for you.
I do CrossFit, and it's like certain members in the gym. Like we have this guy named Chef Justin and Chef Michelle. If they tell you to do something, you do it. I won't even hesitate, bro, because I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't even think about it. And I'm like, so maybe he saw it. Like what you just told me to see. Now this might sound crazy. I didn't think of that. I'm like, why wouldn't I just put my workouts in stories? Why would I have more? That doesn't have nothing to do. Now that you say it, it makes sense.
And once your followers follow you,
yeah, because I want
to see it.
Right. There. So this is white part right here. That's kind of like bitter, but so you throw that in the stock.
Okay.
And then do small dice on
you
that.
throwing this one in the stock too?
That's cool. What does streaming? What is that?
So there's streaming platforms like Twitch, and I think you could do it. I think it'd be awesome actually. Like you would do, maybe you have it scheduled so people know, but like maybe once a week you come on and you do teach. You know what I mean? You set up a laptop. You set up the cameras, it could be your phones too, you go live, so you're live the whole time, and people will be commenting, you can answer them, you can talk to them.
But you gotta have followers though, well, you gotta build up followers.
I got you. You gotta ask on your social media, like get people to come look, you know what I mean? Ask your friends and family.
Not to jump around, now look, I'm gonna show you something, Austin. This is okra. A lot of people don't like okra. This also too is another way to thicken up your gumbo.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so you can use okra. But what you're gonna put in ours, so we're gonna use gumbo filet, which is ground sassafras, it's a leaf.
Okay.
We're gonna put this in ours, and this is flavor, great flavor. Then you can add this at the end, you can add it at the beginning.
Okay.
We're gonna do that, or we can do a roux. That helps thickens it. Or you can just have something called dirty water. Some people like it really, really, really thin. So look, all you're gonna do, this is what you're gonna do, you're gonna take this, move the tops. I love this knife, man. Now what we're doing here also, now look, this is called mise en place.
Okay.
You heard of that?
No.
That means getting everything together.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing. We're getting all our ingredients together, get everything together. Now we're gonna start a roux. Roux is fat and flour. You can use butter, you can use vegetable oil, you can use duck fat, you can use bacon fat, animal fat, stuff like that. They say Creoles will use more animal fats. And it's equal parts. So we're gonna do about a half a cup of flour, half a cup of oil, all right? And now give me a half a cup of vegetable oil. And then we're gonna put that in there and we're gonna start making a roux.
Thank you to the Madisons for letting us use their kitchen. Yeah, we used to cook a lot.
All right, this is what we're gonna do while we're
gonna do the cool.
Yeah. So see this two right here, like you said, that'll go in the garbage. This is flavor, man. You put that in your stock pot. Yeah. So instead of using water, everybody would just grab water. So say you're making a dish. Okay, I got an order of whatever, shrimp etouffee, whatever. Then you gotta add a little liquid. You just take your ladle and get the shrimp stock and add it in there. I don't care in this new world. I don't care what you say about, like if I say, oh, so how do you do da 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 da?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And right, what might work for you may not work for me. I've noticed, and you know what I mean?
That's why you got to really like test it. You know what I mean, with the audience. Like try different things. Try to remove other variables. Like post at the same time every day. Because if you post at 7 a.m. and you post at 8 p.m., it could be very different. There's different amounts of people watching it. You know?
It's very deceiving on followers. Does that really mean a lot?
So engagement is like likes and comments and stuff. And they're important because that's how you show up.
Okay.
Like it wants activity. But the flip side of that is I've tried to tell people like don't get hung up on those numbers because even like mine, like we don't get a lot of activity, right? A lot of engagement.
Okay.
But then I find people that I talk to and they're seeing it, they're just not engaging in it.
Right.
Like I posted one last night where I posted a picture and I was like, do you like this dark version or light version better? And like it got like 30 comments but like 4 likes. So 30 people looked at it and engaged with it, they talked, but they didn't bother to click like. I go back to that Mark guy because he's the most successful I know doing it, but he said like in the beginning, or even most of the time, like he just tries not to look at the numbers.
That's where I'm at now. First, before I had to go read and look and then everybody was telling me now you gotta reply, you gotta respond back to all the likes and the people that comment.
You should, that's true. You definitely should respond. And when I say don't look at the numbers, like you should look at the stats. Like you were talking about the insights. So know what's working. Like you want to look at the numbers to know what's working.
Gotcha.
But don't get hung up in the numbers to know if you're successful or not. Like even mine, those weekly videos that you like, I was gonna stop doing them. Like I was like, man, this is a lot of work. Nobody's liking them, nobody's commenting. But then like I just got a job. It's a good, you know, $6,000 a month or something like that. And he's like, part of why I know that you know what you're talking about is I watch your videos. So I'm already sold. So I was like, oh, well, all right, we'll keep on it then.
You got to do it because you never know what can happen. One like, one post, one person could see, and it could change your life.
Ask questions though too. Like mix them in, ask questions. Like I said, that one I did last night, I could have posted the 2 pictures that I like these, or posted one of them and just said, look at this cool thing I did. But then when I asked people which one they like better, I 30 comments.
I did hear that before, and I asked people, do they like their red bean stick? And I got quite a few, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, maybe, and don't do it like every time, because I think people will get tired of interacting. But if it seems like a good time to ask a good question, ask it.
I want you to see something real quick over here. I know we're jumping around, but see how that's getting dark?
Yeah.
This is flavor number 1, and this is gonna give us a dark colored gumbo, which is gonna add flavor, which is gonna be good. So now I'm saying okra has a lot of slime, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this okra, probably when it gets a little darker, and throw that in there.
In with the roux?
Yeah,
okay.
It's gonna help cook out the slime. I went to Buc-ee's. You know the Buc-ee's gas station one time? I just happened to be walking by and they was taking the brisket out the oven.
Yeah.
And every time they take the brisket out the oven, they go, brisket on the board. That's what they do, just like that. And then I just stood there like this. And when they said it, brisket on the board, and I said it with them, I was just trying to be sarcastic.
Yeah.
And I posted it. And I left it alone. I woke up the next morning, 2 million views.
2 million views?
It got to 10 million views, Austin.
Really?
How should I have fed off of that? What should I have done? So
I don't know why that one hit, but I think maybe just like liking and commenting on the positive stuff maybe would draw some followers over your way. Like I don't think there's much else. I mean, there's probably better answers. Like I'm not a genius at this stuff, but at least engaging with the people that were positive, or even the negative ones, I don't know, but like engaging with people and then trying to get them to know you so maybe they'll stick around. And that's why I tell people like somebody coming like, I want to make a viral video. I was like, well, we're already behind. Like there's some big companies that can do that for you, but if your thought is that's what I want to do, it's going to be manufactured and it's probably not going to hit, right? And then just random stuff like you're saying, it just works. So that's where like consistency and frequency pays off, because when they do hit, did you see an increase in followers from then?
Yeah. A few I've had now. You know, I worked for Reggie Bush in the past before, and one time we did something, and he said something about it, and I got off of that one post, man, I got 800 followers. So. Okay, remember what I told you? This is what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna get the rice going also, but this is a cool thing I want you to do, and then we're gonna get to the gumbo. We're gonna get the rice going. It's 2 parts, so we're gonna take the stock. Yeah, give me 2 cups of stock, and try not. If you get a little bit,
no chunks, right?
No chunks,
as much as possible.
Yeah, but if you get a little in there, it's not gonna be the end of the world. Now all this is flavor, man. And then you could even take this and freeze it. And
I was gonna say, how long would this last?
Oh man, forever. Oh, if you don't freeze it,
sure. But how about if you don't? Like you want to have it for a week or
about a week? I wouldn't go no more than a week. Give me about a splash of oil. Give me just a splash in there. But see, like in the kitchen, we would have like garlic oil. Let's get a little simmer on this. Just put this back.
Yep.
Measure me out 1 cup of balsamic rice.
That's about it, right? Dang, whipped that terrible.
There you go. We'll clean.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Just set that aside for.
Yeah, just let it come to a little simmer, and then we're gonna let it. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is all organic. I don't put a lot of thought into it. They're gonna make it darker and give it flavor. So now that's perfect. We're gonna take that okra, and that's gonna help cook out the slime. Don't worry about that rice part. So give that 2 minutes. We're gonna add the Holy Trinity and garlic, and then we're gonna go to the chicken. So we got the rice going. That'll take 20 minutes, perfect. Now we got andouille sausage. This is the key to New Orleans, man. This is it, man. This is, You taught this stuff? How did you get here to where you're at?
I'm just doing it, man. Honestly, I've got it's a joke, but I've got 2 weeks of college.
How many?
2 weeks. That's it. 2 weeks of health. I got no degrees. I started a business with friends, and then basically just sold jobs and then figured out how to do them.
And you're from California?
I'm from Riverside. I'm from here.
Riverside.
Yeah, born and raised. You ready to throw that in?
Yeah, just throw that in.
In the same?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. There you go, perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's gonna sweat down.
That'll work, right?
Okay, we're gonna do about roughly a tablespoon, and we can build from it. And then we'll build from it, let that cook down some, and all that flavor and everything come together. Ooh. Then we're gonna add the garlic and then the stock. Now, at this point, this can't go in the gumbo. We're gonna have to strain this. Yeah.
Does that go below it?
Yeah. So when it's time, it's like that.
So one thing that I've done, my wife and I don't really do onions. I know it's like a core.
Yeah, you got it.
But, so I use onion powder because we don't have a problem with the flavor, right? But like the other day I made a tomato soup from scratch where you like, dice it up, broil it and everything. So I still cut up the onions. I just left them in big chunks. So that way the flavor still, when it was roasting for a long time, and then I picked out like 90%. You blend it up anyway, but so that's one thing I try to do, still get the juices and the flavors, but the raw onions. Like,
I had a client who hated onions, celery, he hated all that stuff. But half the stuff I would cook for him, I'm like, it'll take.
It's in everything.
All I would do is I would take it. He would never know I would take it. And I would puree it up to like a paste. And he never knew.
Yeah, that's like me.
And I put it in there, and
and it's like if I get a chunk of like raw or undercooked onion, it messes with me. That's something from my childhood. I don't know, but the flavor doesn't bother me at all. Like I said, I put a ton of onion powder in.
All right,
so
we can add the garlic. Let's add the garlic. Add the garlic. Mix that around, and then we don't want it to burn, so we're gonna.
Turn it down now?
No, we're gonna add the stock right. Well, maybe 30 seconds. So we'll add the stock. All right, cool. So we have that. Matter of fact, you put down Dewey sausage in now. Which is better to record vertical or
social media stuff? Your focus is social media, so tall is the answer. Right? But like when I do the podcast or I do my weekly videos, I film it wide, but I try to stay in the center so that I can also cut it tall to put on social media. So in that case, I'm filming both. So
now we're gonna get it how thick we want it.
We're gonna let it boil down and thicken up?
I think that's good. We're gonna let all the flavor and stuff come in.
Okay.
Gumbo's almost done, man, honestly. So now we're gonna do the chicken.
My wife prefers white meat, so I cook with chicken breasts all the time. It gets so dry, man. I need more.
No, it is. We're gonna use all of this. The chicken, honestly, depends on what you're making. I have clients that just do breast.
Yeah.
And then, but like for gumbos and things like that, you wanna go thighs, man. It's more flavorful. So dice small as you can. So we're gonna let that go for a few minutes. Matter of fact, you can probably add
dump all these in?
Yeah, dump all of them in.
You want the juices in there.
Oh, yeah, you got gumbo, bro.
Salt, pepper.
Salt, pepper, a little garlic.
Now, okay, so here's a question. I know they're totally different, but what's the difference between gumbo and jambalaya? Because it's a lot of the same ingredients.
Man, great question.
It's thicker, I think, maybe, but what's the difference?
A jambalaya is more of a, it's a rice dish. It's more like, I guess if you had to put it, it's more like a casserole, I guess you want to say. Like rice, it's more rice. Gumbo is more like a stew, I guess. A stew, a lot more thick, a lot more liquidy and stuff like that. And gumbo,
but similar ingredients, right?
Definitely. Great question. Let's simmer this for 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Oh, let's put the bay leaf in.
How much?
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah. I put it in the stock, but put it in the gumbo because it got had.
Oh, that smells good.
What grandma would do, would put this on, would be like, she would wake up in the morning, she would put this on, put it on low. So what a lot of people do is they take off this film part.
Yeah.
They would just skim this off like this.
Oh, you're just kind of scooping up the.
Yeah, you're like, just skim this all off. At this point, you taste it.
I was just grabbing spoons.
Taste it, see where we're at. If it needs more salt, more pepper, more filet. Oh yeah, that's good, but you just need a little more salt, pepper, a little more filet. Let's season it a little more.
Definitely more
salt. Yeah, definitely salt and pepper. Just a little more filet, perfect. Oh, a lot better, a lot better. Yeah, a lot better, a lot better.
That made a big difference. So, I get the direct access, like literally the recipes and videos and stuff that you send me are amazing. But if somebody's looking to learn and wants to learn from you, which I highly recommend, you do the Chef in the Dish.
It's a company out of Canada called the Chef in the Dish. So years ago, I've been with them like 8 years now, I guess. When they contacted me, I said, this is the most craziest thing I ever heard in my life. We're gonna go online and we're gonna teach people how to cook. Her name is Jen, and man, Jen has made me such a better online public speaker than you can imagine. I already knew how to cook, but putting it together, because at first I was terrified, because I didn't understand camera, I didn't understand Wi-Fi, I didn't understand all of that, man. So that really intimidated me. So you call the company, say, hey, I want to learn how to make Creole Cajun food. I'm the chef that represents Cajun and Creole. We have chefs in Italy, all over the world, man.
Wow.
They'll Skype in with you. I think we have a chef from Japan.
Like one-to-one?
Yeah. You can do one-to-one, you can do a group, you can do whatever. It's what you want.
Okay.
And then we have different things we have different categories. We had this thing called What's in the Kitchen. So you call them and say, hey, we have tomatoes, onions, blah, 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 blah. You give them the list, and we want to learn to make something, and it could be anything. They'll send the recipe to us. We'll come up with something, and then they'll Skype me in, and we make that dish together.
Oh man, we got.
You know what I'm saying?
What does it cost somebody? Like, if I want to do a one-on-one with you, what's it normally cost you?
It's not. I'm not gonna tell you. It's not cheap.
Well,
it's not
one-to-one chef,
right? And you got chefs from all over,
yeah.
and also too. But now you got to look. That's one thing. Or I have menus. Like if you want to learn to make a daiquiri, beignets. Like matter of fact,
beignets from scratch.
Beignets, or pralines, po' boy, you know that. Then I'll give you a little history as well.
Okay.
On where it came from, why we're doing this, what's the purpose of it, this is how this originated, and stuff like that. And it's so cool. And then we Skype in. So, and I'm telling you, man,
cool.
we have these things. We have these team. Something else too. I want to say we have something that's team building classes. So like they make it really fun and creative for us. So it's like I want to implement something new. I submitted crepes and Grand Marnier souffle. So what we'll do is they'll put a mask through all the chefs that we have with the company. And say, hey, Chef Gason just introduced Grand Marnier souffles and crepes that he would like to start selling.
Yeah.
So we do a test run together. All the chefs, it's all volunteer. The chefs say, okay, I'm free. It may be 3 of y'all, it could be 20 of y'all.
You guys will all jump on together?
Yeah, we'll jump on together, and they're my students. And I'm the chef.
Oh, they let you do a kind of a test run with them, and they'll give you feedback.
Right, they'll give you feedback. But I'm telling you, it is so intimidating.
Oh,
well, now because I know everybody now, so it's not.
In the beginning, I bet it was tough.
In the beginning, I used to be like, oh, because you got all, and then you can't come with no BS.
No.
Because you have.
They'll bring no imitation crab to that.
No, they would have told me up, man. They would have ate me up. Chef, what are you doing?
What is this?
But then also, and then they'll come in and then you do it, and then after that you sit down, and it's a real class that makes you so much better as a chef.
I take that.
And then they'll say, okay, chef, I would have done this, I would have done. They'll say it's great. I mean, one time I implemented this was during COVID, a hot sauce class, and I messed that thing up so bad.
Really?
Oh my God, it was bad. I was like laying there like, chef, come on. And it wasn't the hot sauce, we made it from scratch, was great. They just taught me, they was able to help me with my delivery. And then the feedback they gave me was like, wow. And I would tell you this, and I'm not just saying this because I work for the company. When you make a dish with someone from that part of the world, my God, bro, it's a big deal. And I you can make something. I forgot the dish we made with Joy from Thailand. I'm flying to Thailand and taking
make some Thai food.
Oh my goodness, and you could tell like this is like the real deal.
Passed down.
You're right. Versus if you go to a restaurant, a local restaurant, which is probably most likely good.
Right, but I know what you mean.
You're like, bro, you can definitely.
When I went to China like 15 years ago, with my mom. The food was the same food, right? But it was so different. It was so much better.
Like it makes us so much better as chefs, and then also too is like it makes you study. It makes us study. It makes us because you really want to be on top of it. So that's one aspect of it. And something else that we offer is team building classes. This during COVID, it was insane because everybody was home. So what happens is, say you're on a team building and you have people in your company. Y'all are all over the country, all over the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Say, hey, so at this time we're gonna get together, we're gonna have a drink, and we're gonna Skype in Chef Gason from New Orleans. I'll send everybody a hurricane recipe so you guys can have all the ingredients.
What's a hurricane? The drink?
Yeah, the drink. It is optional. You don't have to do it like that. If you can't get the groceries, we'll even mail you the groceries. Really? Yeah. Then a team will call you. This is how serious we are. To help you with your camera angles, to make sure you're set up right. So you're not at home.
As the chef or the attendee?
No, the attendee.
They'll make sure you're.
Yeah, they'll make so somebody at the office.
Okay, so this isn't gonna be cheap, people, but it sounds.
No, it's not.
It can't be right.
Somebody at the office will call you. Okay, Chef Gason's gonna Skype in with you at 4:00. Then make sure you do your login. Make sure you got all that right. We'll have you set your camera up to make sure your camera angle's okay. If you don't have your groceries, they'll make sure the groceries are at your door. Then they Skype me in. You go in the waiting room. We'll play New Orleans music. Wait a minute. They let you in, and then We cook together. And when I say we have so much fun,
Is it chefinthedish.com?
Chef in the Dish.
Does Chef in the Dish. Let's make sure
it
we grab
is so
that.
much fun. But also, too, what I like about the company, it makes me so much better as a chef, man.
I'm gonna check this real quick. Let's give it a little stir and see how it's looking. So the jambalaya is definitely a lot thicker.
Right.
But even if you cook this down and made a thicker version, like if people like it thicker, how much thicker?
It's a personal preference. Some like it thick, some like it thin, you know? But that's perfect. That's done.
Oh yeah, bring up some of all the chunks.
Yeah.
Look at that. One thing that I saw from you, I saw other people do it, but you, I think, said it specifically. I would always do just butter, right, in my pan.
Right.
I got nonstick pans anyway, but when I was doing eggs, just the butter. But I saw you do a little oil and the butter.
It helps that
it stops the butter from burning.
Right.
So I do that all the time now.
Yeah,
I
it stops
love
it from burning.
Just big chunks, those are probably good, right?
Yeah, that's good. However, you make an omelet, however you want.
The fun part of cooking for me is experimenting. I've made caramels and sugar and fruit kind of cooked down into a syrup. I made one the other day with just blueberries, but just cooked it down. A little bit of Myers lemon, some water or some sugar. Cook that down and put that on ice cream. It was nice.
This is like a lot of great information, man, for me. So I only can imagine your audience, bro.
I think they'll dig it. It's fun. I mean, honestly, man, the reason it's kind of selfish. I was like, chefs coming out here. I've been wanting to cook and eat your food since the beginning, so I'm using this as an excuse. Forget going and sitting in the office, just talking.
I got a question about websites. Is this more of a personal thing? Because I've had people come to my site man, your website's fire, man, and da-da-da.
Yeah.
Who made it? And who? And then I've had people come to my site and say it's too dark, man. So what is that? Is that a...
It's personal preference.
Preference or
yeah,
preference?
You can't please everybody. Like, honestly, that picture I posted yesterday, I really liked the light version. Like it was the Riverside has the rain cross.
Right.
And I did one which is I'll show you, like a dark silhouette, another one that was lighter. And my preference was the light one, right? 90% of the people like the dark version.
Really? Because I was like, well, then I don't listen to it now, but it even made me think, well, now I gotta make it brighter and I gotta.
No, and that's the thing is people start listening to everybody. Now, if everybody says something,
I got you.
But the rest of the time, I hear this one. Oh, look at that. Oh man, if I use this camera up close, I can get that.
And then for me to see that, these are things I'm learning, it's powerful. That's what I get out of it.
On the dark one.
Right. That's what, for me, I don't know.
It works good with the sunset, and that's our sunsets are beautiful like that.
Really?
I got that to whip up the eggs, like 2, and then 2 whites and 2.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna one-hand it.
So now you just want the egg whites, and now you just want the yolks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go.
Oh, you do it in your hand. Oh, that's way better. Because I do the same back and forth motion, but I do it in the shells. But that's unnecessary.
And then maybe just a pinch of salt and pepper.
Okay. So I hit up Chef the other day. I had a late night experiment. I had this vision of called an over easy omelet, right?
Over easy omelet, yeah.
We keep these yolks that we split inside it. So when you crack in your omelet, you get that good ooze like over medium, over easy egg, I mean. So that's what we're trying.
This you want the fat. So what I would do is take some of the andouille sausage.
Yeah, I always do it with my bacon to get the good fat in there.
All right, so
here, let's put
some more.
About that much.
Yeah.
And the rest you want to the rest in the gumbo?
Yeah. Then I want to render out some of that fat.
And I know it's crazy, but this steak knife, these are supposed to be steak knives, are the best thing for quartering cherry tomatoes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now
all right, so now what we're going to do.
You want a little oil?
Yeah, a little oil. Brown, so yeah.
There you go. Keep it from browning. That's a great tip.
Like that, so. Okay, put this.
What do you think of Chef Ramsay?
Oh, Chef Ramsay is good, but honestly, me being a chef, Chef Ramsay is good, but me being a chef, I think that's TV, bro.
Oh, it's highly produced, right?
Yeah, it's definitely TV.
What do you think about his skills, though? You think he's got? He's got real skills, right?
No, he the best. He one of the best.
Yeah.
He is for sure, man.
I was showing you the other day, when we were talking about.
He is for sure one.
Video.
No. He is for sure the GOAT.
Are you saying like his
technique?
Being such an asshole and stuff like that?
No, that's TV.
Yeah.
People don't know. I don't tell people this. I got picked for Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, that's right.
I got.
No, didn't you do?
I did Chopped for the food.
Chopped.
I did
Chopped.
Right.
You gotta find his Chopped episode.
Yeah. I got picked for Hell's Kitchen, and I didn't do it. I turned it down.
You did?
Yeah, because people told me it didn't fit my brand. It didn't fit. Because it's where I was at in my career to go on there and.
Yeah, because that's amateur.
Right.
Like,
and I wouldn't even want to say amateur.
Well, no, because there's like some sous chefs,
there's some like,
chefs.
but it just wasn't me, man.
I think you should have done it. Millions of eyeballs, millions.
Yeah, I was thinking of that, but I was just more, I got a certain brand, I got a certain image. I didn't want to go in there and this man yelling at me. I don't want to go in there.
But you just go in there and be you, man.
Yeah.
Well, your brand would carry through, right?
That's true.
Like you wouldn't take that shit, I bet.
It would have.
You'd have to be. I see you in the corner, like, all right, chef. Yes, chef. Turn around, like, I will fuck this.
Pretty much.
Okay, I'm back. You have to center yourself.
Okay, look, see where we're at. See how this
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna flip it over. Then we're gonna fill it up, and then we're gonna put the eggs in.
Do you do the how do you flip it? Do you do just a good old flip, or do you do the plate thing?
I do a flip.
Let's see your flip. Hold on, let's see your flip, because I'll fuck this up. Ooh.
There we go.
I should have caught that in slow-mo. Can you flip it again?
Okay, let's try.
Hold on. Let's try this more. Slow motion. All right, go for it.
So we're gonna add the onions that we put some cheese at the bottom since it's hot.
Okay.
Let's put a little some cheese. Okay, cool. And then we'll add tomatoes.
Yep.
All right, now remember you said you wanted to add.
Yeah, so let's, sorry.
So now we're gonna add.
We gotta place these in there real carefully.
Oh.
I'm gonna make little pockets for them.
Yeah.
Just so they sit, you know what I mean? Stay on the halfway mark. Just slide it on, nice and easy. Try to be careful not to break the, look at the, hold on, I'm gonna light it, but look at that's part of what I was looking for, that ooze.
Oh, that's what we want, that's what we want.
Look at that.
That's perfect.
And this
That's
one,
what
look, that one's still holding?
Yeah, so we can look at both sides.
Okay, I'm gonna have you cut into this one.
Right. I have very successful clients. So there's a time I went to a client, man. I don't know what happened that month, bro. The last few months, I'm talking about the phone. My phone rings every day. But for like, and I'm like, did I do something? Did somebody say something? My phone wasn't ringing at all. I had to go to a client one time, good friend. I want to clear and say, look, man, this was going on. But he's a businessman.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I've been there before. He helped me. I'm not ashamed to say, and I was like shocked. And his thing was, chef, you're not saying nothing I don't know. He says, I've been there before. You just helped somebody. You know, and I was able to pay him back in a month. And it wasn't even that, because it was like those 2 months. And I was like, what the hell happened?
But that's also when you dig in.
But then this month I had a big payday coming. I had to make it.
Yeah, those gaps. Gaps will kill you, man. I went to one client, dentist, and I was short for payroll. I was like, man, I need to borrow $5,000 for payroll. He's like, you should do it. But he's like, but this is also one of the best experiences you have. To lose sleep.
Really?
He's like, to lose sleep over making payroll and those things, like, he's like, you're gonna learn a lot from this. He's like, I'll loan you the money. I normally wouldn't, but I'll loan it to you. And you'll get through it, but like, it's a good experience for him.
He's
and
right.
I look back and he's right, like, because those
He's
hard
absolutely
things,
right.
So my focus on my recurring revenue, my recurring digital clients, I lost 30% of my recurring revenue twice last year.
Because of
Just life timing, some people moved, some people weren't getting the results, whatever, right? We put it back, but like those past valleys have helped me be like, when it happens, I'm like, that's when I first talked to this guy, like, man, maybe I need to, throw it in. You bring it back, and you start to
right.
like.
That's what you're right.
And I was telling my mentor, he's like, so, what are you learning from this? I was like, well, I'm learning that I don't that I can handle the shit. Like,
That's true.
I'll just keep going. Like, that it's not going to knock me down. I'm not going to quit. And I literally, instead of taking the job, I printed out, I will win, and stuck it to my monitor.
I've been there, man. I'm like, man, I ain't gotta do nothing for like 2 months. I said, I'm gonna chill.
Well, and that's where I've been in business for 20 years, and I've never been able to get, and this is my business management part. Like, I know what I'm good at and what I'm not. Running the business right and managing cash flow right is not what I'm good at. But like having, like 3 months of capital saved, so when you hit those values, you're covered. I haven't had that yet. Like, I get a line of credit or a loan,
Let me ask you this. This is what I deal with. Employees, man. How do you handle that? I'm pretty sure you got some employees that you like, man, this dude needs to get out of here. Then you've had employees that you're like, there's no way. Because I've had employees, man, to where I'm like, I don't care what you want. I'm gonna give you whatever. I just need you with me. I got one now. Her name's Charlie. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I'm the face. I'm the brand. I'm the everything. I could not do this without Charlie. There's no way I could do. And I told Charlie this. Why don't you make fun of me? Well, I'm quitting next week. We'll have that little joke between us. I said, Charlie, I will park my car in front of your house.
So you go back to work.
I would stalk you.
They're important, man. So I'm just kind of learning it. Like, I hired And that's part of why we haven't grown is like employees are hard. I hired people that just wanted the job or kind of friends. I didn't set the KPIs, I didn't give them direction. And then after COVID, I decided we're gonna rebound. So I put like systems in place, ticketing, like stuff to track performance. My cousin that I had for 8 years, I let him go.
Really?
It was more of an attitude thing. Like he's a smart kid. He kept making a lot of the same mistakes and he was really defensive, right? When he would deal with issues, right? So it's just like, I need a positive work environment. So I let him go, still friends, like he's working on projects for me right now, but just in the office, it's not a good relationship, right? And then I had Dan in my office for 12 years.
I like Dan.
Super loyal. Customers love him. He's great at talking to people,
Dan always got right back to me.
He's good follow-up, good connection. And that's missing, like lacking in my company right now. I try, right? But I got to go to jobs, I got to film, whatever. But he was really good about that. But the size of our company, my original thought was he's gonna be my project manager, he's gonna organize a team, manage the projects and everything, right? And then as we grow, I'll bring in a project manager and then he can do the stuff that he's really good at, which is the IT stuff, the server stuff, like really smart guy, really good worker, but I couldn't grow fast enough to grow around him, right? So I brought him in one day, I was like, right when we took one of those cash flow hits, I was like, look, from a cash flow standpoint, we gotta make a decision, we gotta cut costs. It might be you, it might be bills, we gotta figure something out. We'll bring the money back, because he's been through it for 12 years, he knows we go through those too. But I told him, I was like, look man, you're in your 40s, like I'm trying to push you into a position that's not really suited to your personality. Like go home and think about what you want for your life. What do you want to be doing, right? Is this it? Fine, we'll make it work. If it's not, let's talk about it. He came back, he's like, yeah, I want to just be an employee doing IT stuff, like computer servers and stuff. And I was like, cool, I think that's the right choice for you. I'm knowing it, right? So go do that, I'll figure it out. So he was out. But then I got another one I'm meeting with her for Friday for lunch, and I'm hoping she's my Charlie. Like she came and worked for me for a while as my social media girl. She reorganized that department, like processes and structure. She came to me, she knew she was going back to school. We knew that was gonna be the thing. 2 months before she had to go back to school, she sat down and she's like, look, I looked at my schedule. I think it's too much to do both. I probably could do it, but I don't want to like do both. And then a month in, I'm gonna have to leave, which is gonna hurt your company. So we got 2 months to figure it out. Like, so she was like 18, 19 at the time, and she comes to me like, this is how it's gonna be. You know, I don't want to hurt your company. Let's figure out like, grown people don't even think much about the company, right? So I've been keeping in communication with her, and she went and UCR here. She got like a operations and business management degree. She got a marketing degree, and I'm hoping when we have lunch Friday that she's gonna come back and be my number 2. Like she'll run the company, and I'll be out doing this stuff because I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at selling. I'm somewhat good at leading my team, right? I can help them get organized and rally them and stuff, but I'm not, like I got ADD, I'm not crossing T's, I'm not dotting the I's, I'm forgetting things, I'm messing up my schedule. So I need somebody that's like the integrator, the details person to help me through the vision, so.
Right. And also too, is like I find having somebody like that, it pushes you, because you don't want to disappoint her. You know what I mean? Like with me, I would be sitting, Charlie would call me, hey tomorrow, don't forget the da-da-da, blah. And I'm like, damn, I already know that I gotta do it, but she'll call me, or she'll, hey, I'm on my way, do I gotta stop, blah, blah, blah. And then when we get there, like this right here, it would have been, you know, I'll be doing a live demo, and I'll be whatever, and she's on the side and whatever, and she'll hand me something. She see that I need it. I don't even see that I need it right now, but she knows I'm gonna go to that point. And it'll be there. Chef, you getting ready to go, blah, blah, blah. You know, oh yeah, she's right, then I'll keep going, you know what I mean? Like that, man. She is like, man, she had a, like I said, those people, I don't care. I tell everybody, in this day and age, Austin, whatever they want.
You find it.
I don't care. I had one of my companies, man, this is how I know I'm doing the right thing. She was with this company for years, man. One of my sponsors, she was with them for years. She went there and said, look, this is not working with my schedule and da-da-da. And I just someone found her some kind of way through LinkedIn or something. She wasn't looking for another job. She wasn't thinking about another job, blah, blah, blah. But they offered her, it was just insane. And she's like, you'd have been stupid to turn it down. So she went to them and said, the boss starts crying. And she said, I understand, there's no way, blah, blah, blah. An hour later, the boss walks downstairs and said, what's the salary they gave you? And she told him the salary, and he said, bye-bye. He went to whatever, he went to lunch, came back, and he gave it to her. He said, I can't lose you. That's so hard today. So I guess when you edit this, do that, be that employee.
Yeah, and employer.
Yeah.
But be that employee, it's hard, man. Like
Yeah, I mean, I'd say whatever you try. I mean, when we try, know what I love is when I was able to take Charlie to New York. When we do this, I mean, I love to travel, and with Charlie, I put Charlie in the budget. I put it, hey, look, this is what I need. I tell people I can't do it without. But we'll give you somebody. I don't want them.
Yeah.
I've been there, and it was terrible. A nightmare. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I was babysitting.
Spending more time watching them. Yeah, man.
Yeah. She's not a shit. And the thing is something too. I find I've had this problem in the past. She doesn't want to be me. She's not competing with me. Versus, I work with people that want to be in your position. Yeah. And they want to work their way up to get there, which is fine. You got to be a mentor and stuff like that. But Charlie doesn't want to be a chef.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be me.
Yeah.
I tell the people. I say, man, I could cook the food and I could send Charlie. She's not a chef though.
Right.
But I could cook the food and send her, and she can give it to you, but they want me there. And see, that's what I mean when I say it makes me better. So now that's going to make me go.
You got to prepare,
think, and then I'll be doing stuff. And here I am thinking I'm a chef, I'm a great, and I know everything. And I'll be reading. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Are you still? Is there a cap on what you do? There's probably not. No. There's always stuff coming out.
There's a cap on anything like this, man. Even you, like there's, because even if you know all of the techniques out there, but then you can start doing your own spin on it. Like there's, some stuff you're not gonna put a spin on, right? It is what it is. But like this omelet.
Man, that was
just trying to mess around, you know what I mean? So
I know this one chef named Ryan, man. He does not care too damn, but he's in a good situation. He does not give two damns about social media.
Yeah.
This dude will shit on me, and I'm good. I know I'm good.
Yeah.
He would shit on me. I'm like, Ryan, why don't you? And he's like, I don't care about that stuff.
Yeah, if he doesn't need it, he doesn't need it.
I'm like, do you know what I can see you with your own show, your product, your own blah, blah. Yeah. But he does not even care. He thinks it's in the way.
It can be. That's the hard part. It can be, but depends on what your goals are, right? But to answer your question more, like my industry, this stuff is changing so fast, man. Especially with AI and everything.
Oh, I was gonna ask you.
That's where you got to get more towards quality.
Does AI hurt? Does it mess with you? Does AI?
I think it kind of will in the short term. Because people are going to try to do everything themselves.
Shit, they can't.
But long term, it ain't going to.
They can't.
Well, it just ends up with like less quality.
Right, they can't. I'm sorry.
And that's why we switched how we do like our articles and everything like that. That's why we try to do more video to blog and stuff like that. Because we're really trying to focus on quality. Because quantity is crazy. They can do a ton of quantity.
And that gumbo is perfect. That's that perfect color. It cooked.
That's some good rice.
Look at this, man. This is great, man. So if you could put crab in there, that's gumbo. It could be thinner, it could be thicker. Like you said, that'd be the question, how thick do you want your gumbo?
Yeah.
This is mine right here, but let me show you how I would plate this up. I would take this. Look at all that, man. I love these bowls, man.
Yeah. I put a lot of stuff in these.
And then I would take.
So you put your rice on top, huh?
Yeah, I put mine on top. I think it's cool for color. I think it's cool.
Oh, gives it some contrast?
Contrast, yeah. Put that on top. And it's up to you on how much you want.
I like that contrast.
I don't like a lot of rice on mine, but
that's about right for me too, I think. See, I would have put the rice down first.
Oh, you could.
No, I know, but presentation-wise.
Right, presentation, and then I would put, if I had
some chives or some greens.
Some greens, let me see this
some color to. Cheers.
Cheers. That's a first. That's a first. You and I started the egg and add a toast. That's nice.
Oh man.
Awesome.
That is so good.
This is real New Orleans gumbo, baby.
It's got that lingering heat.
Yep.
That's a great amount of heat. It's not overpowering, but
not at all, man.
Oh, let's get some of that chicken.
I remember I was at the Masters a couple of years ago. We did fried chicken one day, and we had all this fried chicken left over. And we had some, I don't know what kind of sausage it was, but it was like sausage they had in the freezer that I pulled out. And we had all that fried chicken. I'm looking at that fried chicken. I said, man, that fried chicken can go to waste. Gumbo wasn't even on the menu that day. I'm sitting around like, man, what kind of, I'm looking at that fried chicken. It was like a day old. I'm like, man, I went, took the skin back, I peeled all the meat off of the bone, diced it up.
So you took the skin out?
Yeah, I took the skin out and I just put the meat off, I chopped it up.
Yeah.
And then you always got onion, celery, bell pepper on that. I made a Holy Trinity roux. I took that sausage and that chicken, and I made gumbo. Man, they went crazy. When I say they went crazy, awesome, they went crazy. And it was old fried chicken. Nobody in your family would eat this? I can't believe that. You should bring it to work. No, I'm
gonna take 2 of those plastic containers to the office.
This is good. Would your son eat this?
Oh yeah, he'll grow up on it. Oh yeah. See, that's the cool part. My wife, some of it she can't, like some physical whatever things, right? And then some is just, her taste. But like, My mom grew up making adventurous. Like she made her own kimchi. Like
Really?
we did all kinds of stuff, like just weird stuff for the sake of it. My son and I, you might like this. My son and I had a running thing. Pretty much, it still goes, but like probably since he was like 3 or 4, where if somebody's eating something and they tell the other person to try it, they gotta try it.
They have to try it?
Gotta try it. Like unless you want out of the game, unless you want to lose. You gotta try it. And at first it was the 3 of us. My wife got out early because we would do some weird. Sometimes we would just mess with each other, like put some mayonnaise on this gravy. You gotta try it. But like when it comes to stuff like this, like when we're out eating something, like it's not even like communicating anymore. Like if I go, and I just put it. He already knows. He's gotta try it. And
I like that.
he eats it. Like he'll eat a ton of stuff, probably more than I will. So like this, he'll grub on this. He'll love this.
Is he into sports? Not right? What is it?
Neither of us really do the sports ball stuff. Like I've always loved to play, but I've never followed it. Never had a favorite team.
But you know what? This is, like I said, a whole new world. Like, remember me back in school, if you was a nerd, you got laughed at. Nowadays, nerds are cool, man. If you was a nerd, man, you was so cool, bro.
He's at the STEM school. Well, my mom gave me a magnet when I was young that said nerds turn into millionaires.
Right.
So that helped, right? But I went into, the first time I went to he's at a STEM academy, right? Science, technology, whatever. And you know, you go in the gymnasium, they got all the banners, right, for the wins. I'm sitting there, I start looking at them, I'm like, it's like Lego competition, engineering competitions.
Right, that's so cool.
They're in a single sport up there.
Yeah, that is cool though, man.
So they'll come out he'll come out smart and doing good stuff.
No, I know. I did something for these kids from Durham, North Carolina, in Mandeville not too long ago. I had to do cooking for the show. That's when I was telling when Charlie would hand me stuff. Anyway, questions these kids were asking were like, I'm like, how old are they? They were like from 14 to 18. In my mind, I'm like, how old are these kids? And then one of the instructors I pulled to the side, I said, what school, where are these kids from? He says, what do you call them, STEM or something? He said, high school to them is boring.
Normal stuff?
Yeah, normal stuff to them.
Dude, he's gonna finish like 4 years ahead in like math and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't help him with homework. Not that I could have before. Like I said, I was a C&D student. Like I go to the school Hard Knocks. I didn't get a degree, but his mom can help him. She's got a master's. He's like doing homework till like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night. And we were driving. I was like, man, I didn't do as well in school, but I could not have kept up the regiment you're keeping up. I was like, is this something you want to keep doing, or do you want to switch to a regular school and mellow it out a little bit? He goes, no, Dad, I'm not messing up this opportunity. His high school is the #1 in the state and like 10th in the country. He's like, I'm not gonna blow having that on my resume. I was like,
no, not now.
I was so proud, dude, because that would have been easy out, right? Like to switch to major school and stuff. He's like, no, I got this.
My oldest one, Taylor. No, like during the summertime, you're gonna go swimming, do sports event. Know what she want to do, Austin, in the summertime? She'd want to see how many books she could read. I swear, this is before social media and all this. I used to look at her like,
what is wrong with you?
This girl is weird, man. No.
I feel you. No.
The first day of junior high, go there, I drop her off, Austin. I see all the kids in the yard playing and stuff like that. And she goes with her friends, she know her. And I said, Taylor, I said, oh, because we got there early. I said, Taylor, go say hi to your friends, because you haven't seen me in the summertime. She grabs a book, she goes, no, Daddy, I want to get a seat up close to the teacher. So she wants to be the first one in there. And I'm looking at her like, this kid is weird, man.
Yeah, we did not come up like that.
I said, this kid is weird, bro.
I was the kid in the back with no backpack, no papers.
She set a goal to read this book, and I mean, she might have been like maybe 5-6 pages where she didn't meet the goal. She cried.
Jeez.
I was like, read a book in the summer?
And then be mad about it.
I was like, what if your mama would have told you also you gotta read a book for the summer? You would have been like, what?
I read a lot, but I would not say goals like.
I was like, this is crazy.
That's wild. Good for her though.
But then
it's so different, right?
But she
would have been clowned when we were young.
I'm an athlete. I'd be like, give me a nerd any day, bro. Or like them kids that do gaming. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, gaming, playing video games. Just playing video games all the time. Just playing video games.
But how do you make money off of that? I don't get it.
Very few make money off of it. Very few. But I guess it's like, if you look at sports, like very few become professional athletes, right? So it's similar, like a small percentage. But it's that streaming. It's that streaming you asked about.
When you say play a game, what games are you playing?
Whatever they're into. So streaming them on Twitch, like you were asking about streaming, they're streaming their video games.
So me watching you play a video game, what excitement is that for me?
So there's two, I've had this conversation with a lot of people. It doesn't I watch some, but I watch it for the personality of the person. Like you'll ask them questions, you'll talk to them, they'll respond. So, right, like watching the game. So there's two types, I think. There's either people that are so good at the game that people watch it because they love the game and they want to be better at it. So how do they move? How do they go? Where do they hide? Whatever, right? And then the other ones are like the personality. Like they might not even be good at the game, but they're funny or they're just somebody you like listening to. So a lot of people, I think a lot of where it happens, and I do it a lot sometimes, is if I'm working and I'm on tedious stuff that I know I got like 2 hours of this, I'll put a stream up on my other monitor, and I'm kind of like, I'm not really paying attention to the game, I'm just half listening to him talking, and if there's something I want to weigh in, and I'll joke or I'll type to him or whatever, and I'm just working. So it's like background noise. But some people get into it, like watch a lot.
Are they good at the game though? I mean,
some are really good at the game. Most are good at the game. Some are exceptional at the game.
Yeah, okay, is it a particular game or it could be any game?
Any game. I mean, there's more popular ones.
Could it be Madden?
Oh, dude, there's definitely streamers with tons of people watching Madden, for sure. Yeah. You go to Twitch and you could sort by games, I guarantee people are watching Madden.
So I'm gonna get a Twitch when I get home, but so you just get on Twitch?
I would do, you get on, you have to set up, like, I'll have to help you or somebody, because you got to set up the computer to stream, to like record it and to put it out there, and you got to have a camera on you and a camera on the monitor.
Oh.
But I would set up more like this, and there's a cooking section. So you go in there and cook. Like, I mean, if you want to play Madden and stream it, you can also, like you could switch, right? But your thing is being the chef, so you could do, there's a lot of people that do cooking ones, so you could just be in there, you just got to make sure you have a way to see the chat. Like, because people will be talking to you, it'll be nobody in the beginning, but over time, and as you reach out to your followers, like on Instagram, tell them you're doing it, people will come in there and watch, and they'll talk to you, and you can answer them, they'll ask questions, you can show them tricks, like the bell pepper thing and stuff like that. It has potential, but it's another time thing.
The egg one we did, if I tell everybody I'm getting ready to, they'll chime in for that.
Yeah. So just stuff like that, and be creative. Right?
Or if I do seafood, anytime I do seafood.
And then just set aside, like, there's people that stream 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, right? But I would just pick like twice a week maybe, where you're gonna do like a 1 to 3 hour stream, whatever you're feeling, right? But just let people know, like, I'm gonna be on at this time and do it consistently, right? And it might be like, if you can't be in the kitchen because you're traveling, you can get on your phone and go live, and just be walking through the airport talking to people and responding.
Okay, I'm gonna do it, but like, I guess because I'm old school, to me, that does not make sense, man.
It doesn't really make sense. Well, it's like TV.
Sorry,
it's like TV you can interact with. If you look at it that way, you know what I mean?
I like you, Austin, but I don't want to watch you walk through the airport, bro.
No, I don't either. I don't even want to watch me walk through the airport. No, I don't stream. I tried streaming video games for a little while, and honestly, it was just my excuse to play video games at work. Like, I made up I'm gonna be,
You're a gamer, you really enjoy it?
Yeah, my first job out of high school was video game tester.
What's your game?
PUBG, Players Unknown. It's a shooter game. But like, I had like 8 people maybe watching, and like 5 of them were computers in the office that I turned on and connected and started watching with.
Is there, with this whole new social media thing, do you think there's an app, an age? Because even sometimes I'm like, I'm too old for this, but then I'm like,
dude, it's crazy. Like, no, not anymore, because I'm 45. Our age group is like I play with gamers that are older than me, right? So there's gamers my age. Like, we came up when gaming started, right? So there's old school gamers, there's old school watching, social media, like more older people are doing more of it, because the people that were doing it when they were young, because it's been around for 20, 30 years now, are getting older, right? And even like before she passed away, Melissa's grandma was always on Facebook in her 80s, 90s.
Really?
You know what I mean? So depending on what you're after, like, but you could definitely get, I don't know if this is bad to say or what, but like if there's a housewife or a house husband at home and they're chilling during the day and they want to cook and they want to have something good for dinner, they'll tune in and watch, and they could be all kinds of ages. They could be 19 or they could be 60.
This was it before COVID. I had somebody go through the chef in a dish, book a class, and they didn't even want the class experience. They just wanted to be on there with them. And we cooked. Don't get wrong, we cooked.
Right, but it was
more about us talking, and I was like,
yeah,
this is different.
And you'll get, like, if you say you did start to stream and you did it for a long time, you'll have like a core 20, 30, 40, 50 people that always are in there. Like, you'll expect them and they'll expect you, you know what I mean? And they'll say hi when they get there and they'll check on, you know what I mean? Like, you'll have those relationships. All right, so we're about to clean up. Man, this was great. Hey, again, this is the second time we've gotten together in like
almost
15 plus years, whatever it is. So
we met
right down the street from Reggie Bush's house.
Right.
When you were cooking for him.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we ate, man.
Who came with
just
you?
Somebody? Not just you.
Yeah. So that was
we were
amazing.
sitting at a little table outside.
Yeah. We finally talked and met each other, and now look at us, man. And we got to keep it going. You did great, man. You did really great. You did good. You're a great student.
Thank you.
You really are, man.
Good. I got some more stuff stuff to work into the repertoire.
And thank you for the advice, man. I learned a lot, man. This wasn't a wasted trip. I learned a lot,
I love it.
man.
I'm happy to help. And I love that you text me randomly. Like, the most fulfilling thing in my business or in my life, not in my life because my kids and everything, but in my business life, is people like you that hit me up for advice. Like, it feels good to be like, oh shit, they actually want to know what I'm thinking.
Man,
you know what I mean?
tell you,
Like,
Austin, man, when Austin said, okay, everybody, hey.
you said it. I was like, hey, do some more tight shots. And you're like, done. And then like an hour later, I get a video. It's like, boom, boom, boom.
I mean,
Change up that music, make it more your brand.
Yeah,
Boom,
yeah, you did it,
done.
Austin. And somebody else, you know what? You told me that like a day later. Somebody else, not that topic, but told me that about having the right music, set the theme and tone for who you are.
Yeah, that's the key. Authenticity. Like, don't try to be somebody to be famous.
Right.
Be yourself, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't,
this is what I was. No, but I also say this though too. This is something I've learned, that just stay at it. It's gonna happen. It's just when, I don't know when, but it's gonna happen.
Yep. Just as long as you put in the work, right?
This was great, man.
All right, now let's clean up.
Let's clean up.